Hallo Leute, willkommen zurück! Wir sind in der Bibliothek und reden mit ein paar Leuten, in der Hoffnung, dass das nächste Voting vielleicht bis besser läuft. Und ich darf Research machen. Warum bin ich hier? Mal gucken.
So you're suggesting we do a more thorough investigation of the library? Pretty much. We figured that if there are any hints that might help us out, they would probably be here. Makes sense. However, you're a bit late to the party. What do you mean? Ricardo and I have been working on cataloging the entire library, checking the book's contents as well as where it's located. How come you haven't told anyone? We figured the fewer people that knew, the better. After all, if a bunch of people are doing it, it leaves more room for error.
Then, why are you telling us?
If you're going to do it too, we might as well. Perhaps we can even work separately and compare our results.
That reminds me. Tamako said that some books of hers went missing. Have you guys noticed books gone missing?
Missing books? As a matter of fact, we've noticed 2 books that have gone missing.
Really? What were they?
There was one about proper business management, then another about various occult deities.
Really? All the books Tamako said were missing were also about the occult.
How odd. Why were all the books about the code confiscated? Could they have some kind of secret code in them? Or weird message? Maybe you should ask Tamako.
We all go silent. So, who wants to ask Tamako? Nobody volunteers.
Understandable. Hunter, why don't you do it?
What? Why me?
You seem the most diplomatic.
I agree.
Yeah, it makes sense for you to ask.
Looks like I've been probably thrown under the bus. Ugh, fine. I suppose I can do it. Anyone know where she is?
I think I saw her going into the kitchen. You should try there.
So I'm confronting Tamako while surrounded by sharp implements?
Who said anything about confrontation? It's just a simple question.
Whatever. I'll go see if she's there. I leave the room and head to the kitchen. Toll. Looks like Koji was right. Ich will nicht. Hallo.
Greetings, Mr. Rosenhall. What brings you here?
I was actually wondering if I could ask you something, if that's alright.
Really? What is it?
So, do you remember those books you said went missing?
I do.
So, was there anything weird in them that, like, shouldn't have been there?
Not that I can think of. Why do you ask?
It seems like a few other books from the library went missing that were also about the occult. We were thinking it might be possible there's some kind of clue in them. The issue is that none of us were able to read them before they vanished, so we have no idea. Do you remember anything that might help us?
I think you should stop now.
Stop?
There are dark forces at play, Hunter Rosenhall. Dark forces that you do not want to meddle with. Forget about the books. That's what I've done.
I see. Looks like a dead end. I'm not really surprised, though. I figured I would get much out of her. At least she didn't attack me or anything. Ding, ding, ding. Shit.
Hehe, voting time.
Really? Now? Oh, why now? Hello again, darlings. It is now time for the second round of voting. It will follow the same rules, and last time you would choose 3 people and give 1, 2, or 3 votes to them. No need for meaningless explanations. It's time to vote. The screen changed to the same one as last time, with everyone's names displayed. Normally, Tamako would be at the top of my list, but something about voting for her while she's in the room makes me really nervous. Well, who do I give my 3 votes to? There isn't anyone I can think of who I would totally distrust. Do I give them to Koji? I know he volunteered, but it just doesn't feel right. I think I'll go with Caesar, just because he seems kind of suspicious. Much more than others. Last time I also voted for 4 and Tamako, but now that I know why 4 was so upset, I can't really bring myself to vote for her. I might give my 2 to Koji, just because I can't think of anyone else. I'm sorry, buddy. Then for my 1 vote, I think I'll go with Chad. He didn't have any votes last time, so he should be fine. Nein! Nein! Nicht das, was wir alle wussten, was passiert. Looks like that's all 3 of my votes. I press the submit button and wait.
Hey, Hunter, I gave you my single vote.
What? Why?
Because you're asking me about those books was very suspicious. Besides, you didn't have a lot of votes to begin with, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Jeez, how are you so flippant about telling me you voted for me?
I've never been one to hide my true self.
I guess she has a point. Honestly, if someone came up to me asking about clues in books, I would be pretty suspicious. Plus, what you said is right. I only have 2 votes, so it's not like I'm in a ton of danger. Still though, aren't you afraid that by telling me that, I might betray you in the future?
The spirits told me to tell you.
The what? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
So, who did you vote for?
Sorry, but I'd rather not say.
Well then, have your way.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. See you in the morning.
Have a good night, Mr. Rosenhall.
I head back to my room. Jesus, I'm exhausted. Another night of voting done. I guess we'll see the results of the voting tomorrow. I strip down and fall into my bed. Weirdly enough, this bed has become oddly comforting. Getting to fall asleep at the end of the day almost works as a reminder that I'm still alive. It's also been exhausting just making it through the day, so just getting to fall asleep in general is nice. I can only hope that in the morning I won't wake up with the bad news. Eventually, I'll let myself fall asleep. Ich weiß gar nicht, was ich so lese. Die wollte ich normal lesen eigentlich. Ugh. Looks like it's the morning. Time to meet in the aquarium, like usual. We'll get to see the results of the voting. Oh, ich will nicht. Ich habe das Gefühl, irgendwas Schlimmes passiert. Hi.
You nervous about the voting?
A little bit. I already know I'm getting at least 1 vote.
What? How do you know?
Mako told me she gave me a single vote.
What? Why would she tell you that?
I'd love to know. She said the spirits told her to, which sounds like a lot of bull to me.
Well, I'll manifest that I'll be your only vote.
It'll be only vote. Much appreciated. Ist noch jemand hier, mit dem ich reden kann? Nope. Okay, dann gehe ich zu den Dorms. Falsch, in den Flur. Dorms? Hall. Oh, hey! Oh my god, yeah. How the fuck I'm gonna have a bunch of words. Why do you say that? My little spell was 4 the other night. They kind of put me in the spotlight, and that's a really good place to be. There's 50 of us, but the smartest thing to do is kind of fade into the background and not draw a lot of attention, like Chad. Then again, since you got Unterwasserstation today, they kind of put them into the spotlight. I guess we'll see. Yes, I guess we'll see. Bye. Ich liebe sie. Ich hoffe, Coco überlebt lange. Ich liebe ihre Stimme zu machen. Morning. Hey, nervous about the vote? I'm just trying not to think about it. I'm still shocked I only got 5 votes yesterday. I was expecting way more. Expecting more? Why? I mean, I'm not exactly the most charismatic individual. I tend to be pretty abrasive. Then again, neither is Ash, but he got more votes than me. Maybe it's because I keep to myself more. I just wait for the results and see how it turns out. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Bye. Aquarium!
Is everyone excited about the voting results?
What? Why would you be excited?
Sorry, my poor attempt at humor.
Anyone have any prediction before we go? I have a feeling Chad is going to get votes today. When you get no votes, day one, that puts a target on your heart. Don't jinx it. I don't want votes.
I wonder if we get anyone that doesn't get any votes today.
Ding, ding, ding.
Here we go.
Hello, hello, hello! I return with the results from the second day of voting. Remember, this is only the second day, so if you're a fraudraunner, don't lose hope. You have one day to campaign for your opponents. Oh, einen Tag noch. I read names from the lowest to highest based on total votes. I say the amount of votes they received last night first, then the total amount of votes second. For the least amount of votes, there's a tie. Leona Vask and Marie Philippe. Marie received no votes last night, keeping a total at 2. Leona received 1 vote, making a total 2. Marie and Leona both left out a sigh of relief. Next is Hunter Rosenholt. He received 1 vote last night, putting his total at 3. I glanced at Tomako and see her giving me a coy smile. Maybe the spirits were right after all. Next is Victoria Hester and August Clark. They both have 4 total votes and both received 2 votes last night. Not bad. I can live with that. Next is Riccardo Riccardo, who received 1 vote last night, bringing his total to 5. Riccardo looks relieved that his position is so low in the rankings. Chad is weit oben. On the other hand, I look over at Chad, who has a nervous expression. Since his name hasn't been called, that means he doesn't have 0 votes anymore. The only question is, how many did he receive? Next is Kokona Tamashiro. She received 6 votes, doubling her total to 12. Damn, I thought it would be more. Koji is next. He received 3 votes last night, with his total now being 13. Wow, er ist echt gut dabei. So he only got 3 votes last night? Even after he volunteered? Next is Oliver Feng, who received 9 votes, bringing their total to 14. Jeez, talk about an influx. Next is a tie. Caesar and Chet Perez both have a total of 16. Last night, Caesar received 6 and Chet received 16. Wow, 16? Chet looks completely stunned. Before this, I could tell he was continuously getting more and more nervous, waiting for his name to be called. But 16? In one night? I gave him my 1. So that means at the very least 5 other people, besides me, voted for him. But it's probably more.
I don't even know what to say.
Get over it. You're not special. We are literally tied.
Harsh. The next is also a tie. Ash Sivale and Kami Kanako both have 21 votes. Ash received 11 and Kami also received 11.
So that's what you all think of me. How shocking.
Damn it. Poor Ash. Who else voted for him? The only names that haven't been read are Tamako and 4. Both of which I voted for last time. But not this time. Next up is also a tie. Tamako Fujiwara and 4 Gaiden both have 23 votes. Tamako received 12 last night and 4 received 9.
It's a tie?
No way! I'm not sharing this top spot!
At least I can find solace in the fact that I didn't get as many votes as I did yesterday.
What I'm wondering is how Chad was able to get so many votes. 16 in just one night? Like I said, he probably freaked people out by getting 0 votes the first time. My guess is that plenty of people voted for him either to make things more fair in their eyes, or they figured he had the vote, so he would be fine if he got a few. That's exactly what I did.
I didn't get any votes.
Yeah, Marie and I are tied for lowest.
Then you should probably keep your mouth shut. Bringing it up just brings attention to you.
Hopefully Mary doesn't end up getting a ton of votes as a result of this. Then again, I'm grateful that people are focused more on her 2 votes than my 3 votes. It really does show that everyone is in the game whether they like it or not. I expected it to be the same, people getting votes, but it looks like we're also taking account of the votes from the previous day. At this point, I have no idea what the final total is going to look like. At this point, people start miling out of the room. I will hear someone mention that they are going to the kitchen for something to eat. That's not a bad idea. We all skipped breakfast yesterday, and today for the vote reading. Probably not a good idea to skip meals. I head to the kitchen, wondering who else might be there. Oh, looks like Chet is here, along with... Fangame. Those 2 are like all on fire.
Morning, Hunter. Here for breakfast?
Yeah, I skipped breakfast yesterday, and I don't want to make it a habit.
Good idea. While we're all stuck here, we might as well take care of our health. Hey, Hunter. Have you been taking any vitamin D supplements?
I don't think so.
You probably should. There's no sun down here, though there's no natural source of vitamin D.
Makes sense. That's probably why I've been so tired lately. Do we have any?
Yeah, we have an entire cabinet of vitamins and medicine, generic painkillers and such.
Guess I'll start taking them. By the way, how are you doing, Chad? You haven't said a word. Chad had been staring at his feet this whole time with this solemn expression.
Doing as good as I can. It's not easy going from having no votes to having that many.
You get used to it.
Oh yeah, it must be kind of annoying for 4 to hear Chad complain about getting 60 votes
when she has 23. Besides, that was probably just an anomaly from last night. Now that people see you on equal footing as everybody else, they won't try and give you more votes. However, I can't say the same for people with less than 5 votes, such as Hunter here. If people vote on the basis of evening things out, then it'll be hard to say how things tally up during the final results. Considering this is the last day of voting, I'm sure we see some complaining from the ones with the most votes. I don't know about that. After all, both of us seem pretty resigned to our fates. We're not out on the campaign trail trying to convince people not to vote for us. I suppose that's true. I think the mentality among us at this point is that we're doomed to participate in the trial, so we're just mentally preparing for it already.
So are you 2 getting along now? Tentatively?
Tentatively. We both confess we gave 3 votes to each other, and realize that our feud is pretty meaningless and draws unnecessary attention to ourselves. And as much as I think 4 needs to control her attitude, I recognize that she is one of the more intelligent members of our group, and I wouldn't want her dying during trials. Likewise.
What a weird alliance. But you're right, I shouldn't worry about it too much. As long as I don't give people a reason to vote for me, I should be okay.
That's the same reason we put aside our feud. It just gives people a reason to vote for us.
Anyway, moving on to more important things. What do I want for breakfast? I'm thinking eggs? Perhaps thoughts from the audience?
Sounds like an excellent choice.
Chet, this is serious. Don't yoke about it.
Okay, I'm having pancakes.
I can't think of any pancake puns.
Exactly.
Exactly?
They go on like this for a while as I make my breakfast, then continue as I eat it. Well, that was delicious. Despite the constant pun assault, I think I'm gonna head out.
Have fun!
I'm planning on meeting the others in the library later today, but I could stand to kill some time before then. Maybe I could check in on the greenhouse and see what's going on. Seems like there's already a bit of a crowd. Oh yeah, hi.
Hi, Hunter.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Just wallowing in our own misery.
Except for Leona, of course. Upset over the voting results? That's right. Sucks to suck, I guess. I'm just wondering why Ollie here has way less votes than me, considering we're both bitches.
Aw, don't call yourself that. Have more confidence.
It's true. The two of us are probably some of the most disagreeable ones here. My theory is that I'm just more of an introvert than Ash. It's been established that putting yourself in the spotlight is what garners your votes. I don't know. I feel like Leonie has a pretty big personality, but she still has some of the least amount of votes here. Maybe it has to do with being in the spotlight for the right reasons. Do you plan to do anything to try and get people not to vote for you? I'm just going to keep my head down and hope people forget I exist, so they can't vote for me. Maybe I'll do extra charitable today. Get my good deeds in. I've already talked to you about it. I don't think this is in the cards for me. I'm just gonna try to stay strong and go into the trial with my head held high. I just talked to Fo and Kami. They seem to think the same thing. They've kinda given up. I can't blame them. It's a pretty insane amount of pressure to have that many votes on day 2, with only 1 to go.
3 days? Doesn't feel like a lot. Why wouldn't they give us a longer amount of time?
Maybe they're trying not to draw it out too much. For all we know, people outside are clamoring to find us. If these weird games take too long, they risk getting caught.
So does it mean they're actually scared of getting caught? There could be a weakness we can exploit, right?
That's true. Maybe we can bring that up to the rest of the group. I'm sure some of the smarter members of our group can do something with it. So, what kind of stuff do you guys do outside of this place anyway? I just have my family's flower shop. Not much to speak of, friends and such. I was raised to inherit the store, so I'm sure my parents are freaking out right now. Then again, it's not like I have much interest in running it in any way.
Oh, what do you want to do?
I'm not really sure. I've never had much of a chance to see what else there's out there. I always thought someday I'd work up the courage to leave them high and dry. But now, I'm not sure I'll get the chance to.
Do they know you're non-binary?
Of course not. And I intend to keep it like that as long as possible. Hopefully, I can make it out of here. I think it would be proof enough of how strong I am.
You said you don't have a lot of friends at home, right?
Your acquaintances from high school, I guess.
Well, I'll be your friend. Back home, I don't have any either, so it sounds like we're both in the market.
Jeez, don't be weird about it. But I suppose we can still hang out once we get out of here.
Yay! All of us can be friends. I bet Ash needs friends too.
What? Fuck off. I have friends. I have 4 younger siblings. They're all the friends I need. That's kinda depressing. Your only friends are your younger siblings? What? It's totally normal to be close to your siblings, especially since I basically raised them. You raised them? I guess as long as we're revealing our tragic backstories, here's mine. Single mother, dad walked out. She worked all the time to provide for us, so I was left as the one watching over my little siblings.
What are the names?
Oldest youngest is Jared, Lucy, Anthe, and Lyle. Jared is 14, and Lyle is 9. Lucy and Anthe are actually twins. They're 11. They're good kids. Jared really takes after me. He's a good older brother to the other 3. Ash continues talking about his siblings. A warmth spreads across his face like I've never seen before. Aww! I love it! Und ich finde, mit dem Bild können wir schön beenden. Ach, das ist toll. Ich liebe Ash. Und ich wünschte, Ash würde ein bisschen mehr Respekt kriegen. Vielleicht eines Tages. Im nächsten Part sogar. Bis nächstes Mal dann. Ciao!